Yeah, as you all know, yesterday, ADC had their convention and the INEC tried their possible best to stop them. And I feel there's need because after going through this video that Femi Falana spoke extensively about what happened, transpired, I was touched. You know, before I was thinking maybe INEC have right until I heard it from a lawyer who quoted the law and then explained the terms through which INEC can refuse to recognize party leadership. And according to him, you know, the terms through which INEC can refuse to recognize the party leadership, ADC did not violate. So it's clearly INEC trying to work in favor of Tinubu to paralyze opposition, thereby reducing Nigeria to one-party state. And this is not healthy for our country. You know, Nigeria has so many sounds. And I wonder, especially sounds in human rights activism, I wonder why in Nigeria it's only Femi Falana that have the courage to speak for the common man, speak the mind of the populace. You know, we have thousands of sounds in Nigeria, in that human rights department, let me use that word. You know, lawyers are the ones who are supposed to come out and speak about this, quoting the law, making the videos, and then the common man will be learning actually what the law says about what is going on from the lawyers, from the horse's mouth. When the videos were making around yesterday, I didn't say anything because I didn't know what the law really said about it until I heard it from the horse's mouth. That INEC has no right to refuse party leadership unless court states so. Then INEC will act based on what court said. Now, court has not said it, and you are refusing to recognize party leadership of ADC. And the implication of that rejection to ADC is that if ADC does not have leadership, they can't produce a candidate for the general election in 2027. How many weeks do you have from now to that 2027 before ballot papers will start? They will start printing ballot papers. You know, if they start printing ballot papers and ADC don't have leadership, that means automatically ADC cannot produce candidates. And that means there's nobody in ADC that's going to contest for presidency in 2027. So why will INEC be doing this kind of thing to Nigerians and lawyers are quiet? You know, all these signs and the human rights activists, you know, lawyers, you know, who cannot speak up, thinking that reducing themselves to property management is the best for them. They don't know that property management is just like a peanut to what they will benefit when Nigeria is working well. Like Falana said, the country, even those ones who are coming out in other parties, like even ADC, these candidates who are coming out in ADC, not that they are good, but you are going to have options of choosing amongst the bad people, the one you feel is going to do better. Not leaving the one who may not work at all, like Tinubu is doing now. Tinubu is one of the worst leadership anywhere, any country in the world can ever have. If you hate a country, just tell them, wish them to have a president like Tinubu. You have caused them. So, human rights lawyers not coming out to speak up about this matter is a harm which they are partaking of. Because how on earth are you going to tell me that if you go to court, you know, customary courts, area courts in our localities, go to court on when court is on session, you see there must be a case of landlord and tenant. And if you observe clearly, you will see it's a game of the rich trying to oppress the poor. And the lawyers are working in favor of the landlords who are the rich to oppress the tenants who are the poor, trying to collect the little that the tenants are trying to gather up. You know, you are taking a man who is poor to court and you are trying to find faults, you know, in agreement with the landlord. You know, trying to frustrate these people. How do you want them to survive? I think lawyers need to do better. Lawyers should emulate from this Femi Falana. The lawyers should emulate from him. And according to what the video he made, one thing I picked from his video is that the only ground through which INEC have to reject a party leadership is when there is no peace in that particular party. And in the case of ADC, there is no disunity. There is peace. Nobody is contending David Mark being the party leader. Nobody is contending Aregoshola. Nobody is contending the other person. Even Oyegun, all of them, there is no quarrel. They are not fighting themselves. If at all there is a party that has disunity, it's Labour Party and it's what's it called? This other party, PDP. PDP is a party which we have that Wike single-handedly told, without hiding it, came out openly to campaign for APC while in PDP. Which offense to a political party is going to be bigger than that? Because every political party wants members to be loyal to the party. Not being in that party and working for another party is a big offense in every political party. Even the APC cannot take it. They have somebody like Wike in the midst being in APC and working for another political party. They will not take it. But Wike is doing it, and that PDP does not have issue. But ADC, which game is INEC trying to play to reduce Nigeria to one party state? Is it healthy for all of us? It's not good at all now. Let us tell ourselves the truth. And these lawyers are the ones who are going to be in forefront, using law, quoting the law, to counter it. Then the masses will follow. I just want to make this video so that we'll get ourselves prepared, because on Tuesday, after Easter, Easter is on Sunday, Monday is public holiday, then Tuesday, which is the day the work is resuming, there's going to be a gathering of masses. Nigerians are going to gather in INEC office nationwide, protesting. Even if you're not doing anything, just go to INEC office and sit down from morning till night. Block the gate until they recognize opposition. They give Nigerians the chance to choose who they want. I'm not saying that to be sent or Kwankwaso is better than Tinubu, but let them give us options. Not having only Tinubu to go and vote. So I'll go and validate my voter's card and then go to polling unit knowing that only Tinubu is the sole candidate of the 2027 presidential election. How is that going to work now? How is that going to sound good? So we're going to protest on Tuesday. Go to INEC office in your state. If you can make it to Abuja, find your way to Abuja. Everybody's going to INEC office on Tuesday to block the road until they recognize ADC and allow Nigerians to have choice in 2027. Thank you and God bless you.
And that was the point Chiwore was trying to make earlier. That these guys, the way they are doing, they will provoke the Nigerian people to revolution. But we have also been warned that you can't just have a revolution without proper organization. It will become anarchy. Therefore, comrades, the leader said, he wants us to begin to organize our people from the inevitable revolution. It's either inevitable revolution or inevitable anarchy. But in the interest of the masses of our people who have not contributed to the criminality that is going on, we must get organized. And Yinka would have wanted us to get organized. At this point in time,